One day a portal opened up behind Killer's Falls, the local watering fall that was near Boot Hill, Nebraska, and the saloon run by Roberta Wolf that welcomed all for drinks, cards, and other social entertainment. The saloon served as a front for her gang. It consisted of Leslie, Brett, Ashton, Kimberly, Brooke, Charlie, and a new member to the gang, Tuntana, a Native American beauty who Roberta had hired as a translator in the trading of goods and services between the gang and the surrounding tribes. Because she was a pawnee who could speak not only English but also Lakota, Cheyenne, Arapaho, probably a few other languages as well. Sitting in the front porch and sipping on her morning coffee, Roberta said to Brett, "People talk about their love of mountains and oceans, but it's always been the forests and the fields for me." "Yes," said Brett, "for me too. The forests and the fields and the rivers and the sky." "Oh, Brett," said Roberta, "you complete me." They did not have time for all that, because it was time to slip out of town and meet up with the gang. They had a train to catch. So after they robbed the train, they took the loot from the train robbery and headed for the cave behind the waterfall to hide their loot. But unbeknownst to them, that is where a portal had opened up between worlds. And instead of entering the cave, they emerged out of it. What the hell's going on? And into this strange new world. So as they emerged through the waterfall, the aliens who were there waiting for their friends to return were as surprised to see the Roberta Wolf gang as the Roberta Wolf gang were to see them. So a gunfight ensued, and since the aliens only had these cattle prod type weapons, it wasn't much of a fight. So then Roberta looked at the alien ship, but there were no sails on it or horses to pull it, just a strange hum coming out of it. So the gang left it there, and then they had a discussion, and half the gang wanted to turn right around and go back through the portal, but Roberta convinced them otherwise. So then they followed the trail back to where it curved around the hill, and as they were not able to see around the hill or where the trail led, they instead climbed up over the side of the hill and looked down over it. And there were humans. They were working a mine and being lorded over by these aliens with those cattle prod type weapons. But every time an alien pointed one of those weapons at a worker, that worker would just be filled with pain and suffering and would try his best to hold his hand away from himself. And then we saw that they were all wearing these bracelets around their left wrist. Strangest thing. So we knew what we had to do, and we rode in there and just started killing aliens until we had killed them all. Then as we were leading the freed workers on the trail back to the portal, we could sense that they were getting jittery. So Roberta asked Tatana, "Just what the hell's going on?" So Tatana said, "It's those bracelets they're wearing. They think that if they go through the portal with those bracelets, the bracelets will kill them and maybe us too." "What?" said Roberta. So they stopped dead in their tracks and tried everything that they could think of to get those bracelets off the workers. But nothing worked. "Well then, let's just leave them," said Roberta. "No," said Tuntana. "What if the aliens come back? I cannot leave. I will stay." "What?" said Roberta, but Tuntana's mind was made up. So Roberta said, "What about your share of the loot?" asked Roberta. "Well, maybe someday we square up," said Tuntana. "Maybe not, but I cannot leave them. Either way, I cannot leave them." So Roberta said, "Well, I know it's not much, Tuntana, but I will leave you my rifle and gun, as well as my knife and bullets. And I promise I will hold on to your share of our loot that's back in the cave until you come for it." "Thank you, my friend," said Tatana, who then took out a bar of gold from from that day's train robbery, and bought Charlie's mare from Charlie. "What are your plans, Tatana?" asked Roberta. "Well, after you are through the portal, I think we will bury that ship under a mountain of dirt, and then just forget it's even there. Then I'll lead these people to a nice valley someplace and give them back their lives. And if those aliens ever do come back, I'll kill them all." "Good for you, Tatana," said Roberta. "And I think I'm going to raise a herd of horses and start a family." "Well, happy trails." "Happy trails, my friend." Then they parted, and the gang continued on to the portal. Just before they reached the portal, sparks could be seen shooting out of the falls in front of the portal. So they took cover. Then everything quieted down, but the gang decided to wait a while before getting any closer to the river. So they took cover and watched for hours, but nothing else happened until they saw some animals approach the river and drink from it. And they seemed to find nothing happened to them. So eventually they continued through the portal. Once through the portal, the gang could see the wreckage of an alien ship. Jesus, it was strewn all about. And the same net that had trailed the alien ship on their side, the alien ship that they had shot down over the mines, that same net trailed behind the alien ship that was destroyed. And the net just floated on the water. So the gang surmised that by them going through the portal, they must have somehow flipped a switch or closed the door on this side of the portal, so the alien ship, thinking it was going to fly through, instead just ran into a wall and was destroyed. And all of the humans that they captured in that net of theirs that trails behind their ships must have hit the water and then climbed out of the net and swam for their lives back to the shore. So then the gang took cover, and from a safe distance they watched to see if anything would happen. They were hoping that the portal would disappear and they would be able to hide the loot from that day's train robbery in the cave with the rest of the loot. But it did not disappear, and since they could not return to town with the loot, they decided to dump it into the waterfall and let it come to rest at the bottom of the falls. "How will we get the rest of our loot back?" the others wanted to know. "That's still hidden in the cave." But no one had an answer.